that is being presented right now.
Correct. Years ago, it was not.
That's the small thing that I heard. It's not the same. We're giving you something, but you have no say-so. But we're giving you something because you're a citizen. Whereas now you still have the option to choose of all of these different companies, which will give you the same care as a person that is in a certain percentile of the country.
Correct.
At your choice.
Correct. And that's where that's what we're taking control of now.
Yeah, that was how
in every industry, even with another big struggling industry is the small business world. Okay.
Well, you have to, as they would say in your neck of the woods, fight to eat. You have to fight to eat. That's the big monster over there, and they don't think you have a chance. Whereas in essence, if you take your time and have people-to-people conversation of educating about what you're doing, it's not a problem.
But the world we came to, they don't like to have that people-to-people conversation.
Well, the world we're living in now is Google. So that's
AI.
Oh, there you go. So but I'm not too hip on it. But what's even deeper is that insurance is something that is a right for all of us, but so many don't have the benefits of having the knowledge, and you all to be commended for that. Because how long has your company been in existence?
So we've been around probably now about 7 to 8 years, but we were under a different name.
Okay.
And then we took over basically the existing business from that company, and we have now been Freed Insure for the last several years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been most of the same team of people.
Yeah, kinda.
You started as a renter, now you're the landlord.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Well,
and now we're doing something, we're expanding more and reaching outside to, like I said, the masses.
Well, I have to bring this to the forefront to the masses, to the public, is that you all helped also in the benefit for Bobby Chaz.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Let's go in that route in your neck of the woods, in your profession, far as that's always been a very, very hard profession, and it's come from the most, I would not say poverty-stricken, but it's a certain girt that's in you that makes you fight.
Poverty-stricken.
That makes you fight. And after all of the whistles and bells and entourages of people you don't even know that's in it, that support you, that take from maybe the purse or the monies that are generated, a lot of fighters of past times is not even making the money that's out there now, or have fallen on hard times. Can you all speak of how you all have helped so tremendously to the fighters and other athletes, per se, basically the whole general, but in different spectrums?
It's more so, it's just like the same thing as how we help everybody else. People don't know. Boxers don't know. Boxing, you get 30 days after a fight to claim an injury. So we covered for 30 days through the promoter's insurance. You get 30 days, then claim an injury. A lot of fighters don't even make it to the fight because they get injured and they don't have health insurance. So like when I be trying to tell fighters like, yo, I'm gonna get you right, I'm gonna help you, and sometimes they think about it, they be like, oh, I'm gonna let you know. Brother, this don't do nothing for me for real. Me helping one person, it's just helping me build my heart. Like me helping you, okay, I know you're a boxer, I know this sport we doing is very, very dangerous. I'm trying to help you out. I'm gonna give you health insurance. It's not like we go to people and be like, oh yeah, pay me, give me $500 or give me $300. No, we
the triangle effect.
Yeah, like
remember that, the triangle effect.
We giving you something for nothing, for real. We giving you just to make sure we help you. And a lot of these boxers really don't have health insurance. I swear, I told you I didn't have health insurance for a long time. I didn't even know there was health insurance I could get that wasn't gonna cost me like $600 to $1,000. When I thought about that, I said, yeah. I was already paying $250 at the doctor just to see the doctor.
Every time you went?
Yeah, just to see the doctor. So imagine, I was thinking like, if I'm paying $250 to see the doctor alone, imagine how much I'm gonna be paying for insurance. Nah, I don't want that.
This is where Chris has been a huge asset to Freed Insure. He brought a level of knowledge in an industry that we were unknowledgeable about with the issues that struggled. And as I mentioned to you, and people have heard me say before, I am still, to this day, every day I wake up more and more blown away that an industry such as boxing, there was such a lack of healthcare. But then as I got to learn more by being around Chris and going to these different events and doing these different sponsorships and helping out these different boxers, I come to know that all they were just the same class of people, and I don't mean generally, I just mean income-wise and where they come from in their age, that financial bracket, all that stuff. They just chose a different profession. So maybe he didn't work at McDonald's and make $40,000 a year. He was a professional fighter, and they're not, not everybody is all over Showtime. Not everybody is all over HBO. So all of them, when they're training, when they're boxing, they're not making a ton of money. So they're just like everybody else, right? I don't want to make money. And then somebody like Chris, who now makes something of himself, becomes a world champion.
Give me the money.
Becomes a world champion. And then all of a sudden, he's like, well, I'm making millions of dollars, but I don't need health insurance. Why do I want to pay for it?
Well, the thing is, Vinny, you took the sacrifice for your family. That's your passion, but you took the family on your shoulders. Now, the money you had because you worked for it, you fought for it. But now it goes to another level in the aspect of not all money, but what I'm supposed to have as a citizen.
Right.
That's the intellect. That's the difference of then and now, and that there is most definitely a blessing that you're cognate, and it speaks volumes that fighters are smart.
Yes,
That's what it says. I'm going to put it right out there. Just like the old athletes, the big moose and all that there. Okay, well, no. You have to have some intelligence, not only, would you call it IG or would you call
Instagram.
it?
Oh,
AI.
Thank you. With the Instagram and all other stuff, you have to be cognizant of what's going on. Yep. And you're helping so many that are not conscious. See, that's the other
We
thing.
want to help these boxers. They need the help. They need the knowledge, and really, I hate to say it, but it's the God's honest truth. Going to the event like for Bobby, I look around the room at legends and greats.
After the last applause,
it's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking to see.
How did you feel?
We need to
when
prevent
you saw
that.
And you were a young man coming up in the game.
Me personally, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't feel no way. I just feel like they didn't have people like us around. This is life.
But that was the business.
That was the business
at that time.
Yeah, I know. That was bad.
And quiet as kept, the business is still like that there, except for new lions like yourself that's trying to give a leadway that you can alter from that road of destruction to prosperity, at least to be comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
We're building the foundation of the house of protection.
That's not easy.
He like that. He like that.
All right.
He from door. He like that brick by brick.
You know something? What we gonna do with this gentleman here? He's something else. He's
You gotta have somebody to keep the energy going.
You
right?
know something?
But I had something for him, right?
Yes.
He said about the boxers. He said he realized that we were like regular people. So what you thought we was aliens or something?
No,
I know we take some damages in the ring sometime, but what you thought we was?
You know something?
We all the
I'm gonna
same.
answer that for you.
Talk to me.
I said
It's a certain caliber. And I want to hear what you have to say about it there. Win, lose, or draw. It's a certain caliber of courage to step through those ropes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For
a lot
anyone.
of people talk tough. Anybody can pull a gun, a trigger, but a lot of people can't stand up to fight toe to toe.
So here, let me add on to that so I can clarify my statement. When you choose,
See, I'm trying.
don't let the belt fool you. when you step in the ring,
This is live, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is live.
when you step in the ring and you choose to do what these boxers do for a living, there's something to be said about that.
Yes.
And the reason why I said what I said is because you would think when I am choosing a profession to get in the ring and get hit for a living, that healthcare would be the #1 priority industry-wide for a boxer before anything else.
Why would
This
you
is
think
where
it's
you're
not?
going to...
Nah, it's not.
No,
it's not.
No, I'm asking both of you. Now, they've had some safety rules and things of this here for MMA and everything else. Do you think that was obeyed it on purpose, or they just were not cognizant
No, they
of
just
it?
don't want to pay. The promoters, you got to understand, business is business. They try to make money than they save money. They spend money. So why would they want to be paying insurance for fighters? And some of these fighters, you're making all this money. Why would they want to pay for this for us if we could pay for it ourselves? They give you 30 days.
So you are a independent entrepreneur each time you step in the ring. That's
sure.
what you're saying?
Yes.
Now I'm understanding, and I want them to understand it too, that you're an independent entrepreneur. You represent this company, not the promoter.
No.
And your opposition represents their entrepreneurship.
Think about it.
Go ahead.
At least 13 people in boxing a year die from the sport.
True.
At least 13, they said. What happens after that? You think they 13 people a year and they still didn't provide no health insurance? I love the sport. I'm not saying like I don't love the sport. I love the sport. I love what I do. I don't think I'll ever trade it for nothing else. But when I learned about this game, about the insurance game, and it's just like, damn, you really right. Like, they really don't provide us health insurance. These guys is cheap. Like, I can't believe this. They make so much money off one event and they don't provide health insurance. And it's not only that boxing. Let's not say only boxing. It's other sports that a lot of athletes don't have.
Federations.
Yes. There's a lot of people that just don't have it. I think sports should have been the number one where they make sure they provide health insurance for the athletes.
You know,
That should have been on the top of the list.
when he says that there now, I'm thinking way back before any of us was born to the Red Grange time, things of that nature there. It was considered entertainment. Now, am I a spectacle or am I a professional? Do you like that?
Yeah, that was.
Am I a spectacle or am I a professional?
You picking up on this on the slang a little bit.
Well, the thing is that entertainment is entertainment.
Yes, it
but
is.
after there's show and there's business. Now, the business aspect from a perspective of a human being is what we're speaking of now, not filling the seats for spectation and hooping and hollering and cheering. We're dealing with life. We're dealing with the after effects of after you've had your last applaud and cheer or demise. And that's very important because people don't understand that there is a price to pay and you're willing to take it, but who's willing to give some type of gratitude to those foes that competed in whatever and in daily life, because daily life is a competition too. When you
Every
have
day.
to go up and hit that clock, you don't want
Every
to,
day.
but you gotta pay the cost to be the boss.
Correct.
So,
So,
Pooch,
you know,
you said something very
smooth when you said that, Pooch.
Pooch, you said something very interesting. You said, then there's life, right? So Chris had mentioned before that the boxers have the insurance for the fight and 30 days after.
Can you explain that a little deeper
So
for the masses that don't know?
every fighter, every promoter, you got to get insurance for the whole card for the event, right?
Now I
so let's say
understand.
they get insurance for the event. Their insurance for the event only cover us 30 days up until 30 days after the fight. So whatever bones you break or anything, let's say you go in the hospital, they only cover you for 30 days and for a certain amount of money.
Regardless of
After
how
that,
long you stay, say for
don't
instance you had
matter.
to stay.
It don't matter. You got that 30 days. After that, you got to handle everything on your own.
Comes out of your purse.
Yes. Well, however you get your money.
Now, you talk about life. When I'm an athlete, not just a boxer, when I'm an athlete that is competing at a different level, after the event itself,
Life.
I am still putting my body through the regimen to continue to be that caliber of athlete the rest of my life, the rest of the year. So what happens after that 30 days? Do I sit back and I'm still this magical boxer? Just call me on the next event and I just pop out of the seat? No, I train, I get beat up, I spar, I run, I jump, I do all these things, which takes a toll on the body. So
sure.
where's the insurance for the rest of the year when these athletes are continuing to put their body through all of this
You gotta
and to
call-
protect them?
You got to call 1-800 Hong Kong Insurance.
Or,
Well, let's go deeper.
or you call Freed Insure.
Yeah, let's
Now
go,
you do.
Let's go further and go into the type of lifestyle that the family has to go through with you every time you train or you're out of work.
Wait, say that one more time?
The type of lifestyle that you have structured for your family because of what you do. Now, there's no insurance, so now the family suffers because you're suffering.